it is bad to have desires, and how to have desires, and how to let go of desires. First of all, how to let go of desires is self-desire. Do you understand? How to let go of a desire is itself a desire. So, point is good to have desires or not good to have desires? Topic 1. Second one, what is the source of the desires? Why these have to be desired? Then once you understand these top 3 points, you will always find a answer how to let go of a desire. Because desires are very individual. As I said, even finding a God itself a desire. No. Trying to understand yourself a desire. It's not in quest. In quest, it can also be classified as a desire. Try to having successful meditation and also a desire. Try to achieve anything in life is a desire. Having a hope to wake up tomorrow alive is also a desire. No? So, desires are related to your senses. Your desires are related to your senses. As long as you have senses, either fulfilled or not fulfilled, or a hunger, temptation to understand the energy of that sense will create a urge, that will create a desire. It's not about not having a desire, but how do you deal with the desire? Or how to let go of a desire. First you have to understand the desire. You have to understand the sense, why it is there. Once you understand it, you will find very easy. It's not the very straightforward recipe that I have that, and once I do this, all the desires will go away. It doesn't work like that. Easiest way, there is a desires categories. To understand them first, classify them, factorize them. Some desires that hold on to your energy and your senses to the very tamasic nature. Hold on to your energy very, very low. Then actually you can't uplift. You can't actually feel any other presence, but desires controls your life and rules your lives and takes over absolutely everything. You have no clarity about anything apart from just satisfying the desire constantly. Basically, you do no longer live, only desire live. If that is the kind of desire, yes, you need to think about uplifting from them. Easiest way to uplift from that kind of desire, because energy is very dense and very low. Engaging in a Sangha or engaging with the higher vibration people will uplift the energy. Second, Bhakti Yoga, because you try to utilize the Jnana Yoga, your mind will become very clever to find the answers to it. You will walk away, you will find many reasons why should you do it. Not to fulfill it, but why should you fulfill it? becomes very clever. So I will suggest Bhakti Yoga for where your desire is a very third dimension. Very third dimension. Bhakti, cultivate love inside, not the lust. When you cultivate lust, it means satisfaction of the desires. What you create is the abundance of love towards to the higher vibration, higher frequency, the Bhakti Yoga basically. Compassion and kindness, love cultivation will uplift the energy. Second, a constantly remember, consistently remember what is the purpose of life. What is the purpose of your existence? What is the very deep core purpose of your existence? What actually do you like to achieve from this life? Once you get your that tagline clear, what you like to achieve from life, you will find a lot more easier to let go of desires as well. When your aim of life is convoluted, where your focus is uncertain and is very hard to let go. Bhakti Yoga is important part. Practicing a lot of Hatha Yoga to clean the senses, clean the body. Pranayama, your vibrance prana in your body means vibrant senses. Your senses are controlled by the prana, the energy in your body. If you can recycle the old contaminated stuck energy previously from karmically from samskaras from previous life or this life, you can move the transformation of your senses. You can create a transformation of your senses. Then once the transformation of senses happens, you get to understand your senses. When you understand your senses, you can create a letting go process. When you suppress your desire, what most of the time happens, monasteries, temples, monks, yogis, sadhus, if you suppress the desire, or a normal household person, if you suppress your need, you suppress your desire, but actually don't have harness the energy of the desire to transform into something greater, what will happen time to time, you will become eruptive volcanic behavior. And if you don't do it, you will do it hiding. You understand? Then let's say you become a monk. I guarantee you, I used to be a very long time in my life. I knew lots of devotees who practice bhakti yoga. I know lots of yogis, lots of deep meditators, well known, known across the world. Lots of yoga practitioners, they take hard drugs. I can't disclose the name, otherwise they will sue me, but they get nothing from me because I have nothing anyway. So, seriously, so I know they take hard drugs. They have turned up to the events completely stoned. They smoke, they smoke a cigarette, put it down, they walk, if they come too close to you, they can smell this smell of cigarette in their hand. So that is the desire. But you tell people, oh, prana is important, don't smoke, your lungs get damaged. Eh? But you yourself is doing hidingly, not in the public domain, but behind it. So it's being imposed on you. Remember where I'm coming from. Something is imposed on you by the terms and conditions of something that what you should be. but you have not walked the journey. You have not walked the journey. There is not been a process of transformation. But you have arrived into the yogic practice because your body is flexible and you can do the postures and you got a bit more brain up here. You can talk about yoga, can have a good memory, but there is no process about it. There is no transformation of self has not been there. Transformation of senses has not been there. You have not actually understood the senses and the stuck samskara in your body behind each sense. So your eyes do the work, your nose do the work, mouth do the work, your hands do the work, your private parts do the work, your legs do the work, your ears do the work. Every sense you have in the body have done work. Each sense belongs to a particular element in the body. Your body have a memory of many generations or many lifetimes. So when you live in, those samskaras comes along, the desire comes up because there is deep rooted seed inside you. Deep rooted seed inside you is a sprout, finds the right environment, right time, a right atmosphere. You get the weed inside, I call them weed. Desires, I call them weed. It comes up and you see it. And what you do with it? Either you hide it or you chop it off. I say, I don't have a desire. I got rid of it. But actually, bulb. You see the daffodils, daffodils? I used to walk them. I had once in garden with a hole full of daffodils. I said, I don't really plant them, how they come every year. But there was a bulb was inside. So same way your desire bulb is inside your deep unconscious part of you. Rooted in your unconscious part. Which sometimes you get to see it when it comes only on surface. When it becomes conscious, you want to deal with it. But what is unconscious, you have no idea. That deep-rooted unconscious pattern, till you get rid of that, your desires not going to go anywhere. You may do the manicure on top, constantly chopping them, garden weeding, putting the hard work to it, till the root, the seed is eliminated. Desire is going to be there. That is only way to understand if you can understand your senses, how your senses react when they see the element of themselves. If you can understand the relationship of your senses to the element of that sense, and you can purify the energy inside you, and once the transformation of that previously stuck samskara related to that sense get transformed, desire is not going to go away. You understand it first. Second, Vipassana. Vipassana. Vipassana is a Vedana. Vedana is a sensation that happens on the body. Sensation that happens on your body. Sensation, every desire is actually a sensation. You get a urge to itch, it is a desire. You get a urge to food, something is itching inside you. You want to eat a food. Similarly, for intimate relation, talking, looking something beautiful, or your mind wanting money, that is also a desire. Fame, this is also a desire. You think the spirituality doesn't comes with the problems? Yes, plenty of problems, my friend. There is a problem of the desire to be known, desire to have the best yoga practice. I want to be the, best yogi, but I don't really want to be one. I've been working my whole life not to be somebody, So, till you work with the roots of your insecurities, can create a desire. Sense of lack, there is the first dimension is a material need, belly. These are basic necessities. Those are not classified as a desire. What keeps you alive to maintain in the body is not classified as a desire. But I like to cover my body great, but I only like to wear the baby tender fox killed for me to make the clothes, because that look really nice. That's my desire to wear that. That is a ugly desire. You can cover the clothes, your body with different ways. You have no right to take somebody's life to make your own life better. Remember, karma also comes in the way. So you can have a desire to eat a food. That is a desire. I like to have a nutritious meal. But I only want to have the very most, not me, because never desire for that. But I only wanted to have the very rare meat that available in the world. Almost to the animal that becoming instinct. Like shark in a danger at present. I live somewhere that food have to travel, that is also a wrong desire. So, food is necessity. But having a desire for something that is taking the life of somebody, that can also be a wrong desire. Because your taste is not to satisfy the hunger, but to satisfy the taste buds, satisfy the temptation of the food you may like to eat. It's not about filling the belly. It's not about being alive. It's about satisfying, It become again, you're driven by the taste of the food, not by the satisfaction of the belly. So, simplicity of life. In Kriya Yoga, we practice a simplicity is a very essential part. Simple in your thinking, simple in your lifestyle, simple in your actions. Implement the simplicity as much as you can. You can find an answer to let go the desires. How to let go the desire? You can let go the desire. There's many ways you can do it. Bhakti Yoga I describe. If you want to work with more deeper to yourself, do practice, observe the sensation of the body. Whatever sensation comes, don't identify with it. Stay. Even you get, we practice meditation. You get itchy. I said, please leave it alone. The desire is coming to itch, but don't itch. That is the first step in your practice to not satisfy the desire of itching. Sometimes you have one hair in front of you. You are beautifully enjoying the yoga posture. But you want to do this, hair is bothering you because somebody cannot see your face very clearly in a mirror, because there is mirror also in the yoga studio. What you want to do, you want to move it to the side. That is also a desire. What does this few hairs make difference on your face? So all those simple practices, you can never make a big step. Start very low. Whatever happens on the body, basic desire, basic temptations, by doing them, it makes no difference to your livelihood, makes no difference to your existence. Eliminate them first. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's say the talking is one part. I think I might even talked about this some time ago. So when we're talking, there is a 80 to 90% of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, there is no need for you to open your mouth. Do you understand? It's a big number I'm talking about. And remember, talking is the biggest investment of the energy. Seeing is second biggest investment of the energy, of extrovert energy. So that's why when we practice Vipassana, we practice silence. But you can do the silence physically, but what happens with the mental silence? Your mind is inner chattering already. Try to settle that down, you start feeling the relationship to the body. So let's say you are meditating. If you don't like Bhakti Yoga, Vipassana is answer for you. If you don't like any of the meditation practice or Bhakti Yoga, simplify your lifestyle. Simplify your lifestyle and learn word acceptance. Make your life living standard simple, your thinking simple, and your eating simple. There will be lots more purification will happen. So there are three different ways I have described it. Step one, try to do that. You're observing your actions, very important part. So the itchy is one of them. Sometime in meditation implemented, yoga implemented, talking implemented. Sometime there is no need for you to do anything. Try to stay still. And your body says get up. Don't get up. Stay still. That's one part. Talking, same thing. And somebody noise happen outside. Okay? It makes no difference. But you have to react. You are in a almost, he said, please keep your eyes closed. You open the eyes. But instruction was to keep the eyes closed, but eyes immediately open. There is a reaction to it. So every reaction, whenever your senses receive information, they like to react to that information. Watch the judgment. Do you really need to react what your senses have received? You hear, you will like to react. You smell, you will like to react mentally, physically, if not at least mentally, you will react. You receive, but no react. Cultivate that observation or practice. Your body is feeling pain. I give you one example. Desire is not something in a pocket that you can get it out, move away. It's inbuilt, deep rooted, is part of your nervous system, part of your karmic subtle body. So only way you can do it if you're willing to implement something in your physical activity. I give you an example, like you meditate sometime, yeah? And your leg goes numb. Your leg goes numb. And you get pins and needle, your leg is numb, and your mind is creating fear inside you, yeah? That, oh, will I be able to walk again? I don't think I can ever walk again because my leg is numb. And is it still there? My body is still there. Can I be able to walk? So you no longer meditate, you worry about leg now. Your desire becomes a survival, a concern about the leg. So what you do, you come out of meditation, start moving the leg. It happened one time. Next day you meditate, same problem. You've been doing that for almost your, however long you've been meditating. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20, whatever long it is. Every time you meditate, after certain time, panic comes, fear comes that you may never be able to walk again. But outcome is you're walking every day. How about you push through that barrier of the fear of survival, that is the desire of survival. Control, your mind presents something to you, and you see you are still walking. So, if you can override your mental limitations, make your mind believe, understand your body better, you feel the sensation of the body, but not react to them to fulfill it. So, if you suppress them, let's say that you have a desire to accumulate lots of money, to be richer, then you become a spiritual person, or even a normal person. I am desireless. I have no desire for money. But what you will do, you start stealing. You start stealing because your desire is still there to have it. But you will find a many cunning, crafty, different ways to accumulate that wealth. Because desire for not having not got transformed, but the persona got put on that you have no desire for accumulation. So you transform the desire, because how can you do it? To understand it. Whatever you brought, you're not going to take with you. Everything, you came with nothing, you leave with nothing. So all those spiritual practices are given to transform the hunger, temptation of having a lack. Rather than investing your whole life in accumulation, but invest the whole life into understand your existence. So the spiritual practices comes for it. Let's say you have either I have no desire to feed my ego to be loved or liked. I am either desireless person. I am a very simple person. All it needs somebody to hurt your ego. What happens? You immediately go in a defense mechanism. There is a desire not to hurt the ego. Or what you will do, somebody praises you, you feel inside, yeah, I like that feeling, Do you understand? Somebody praises you, I like that feeling. It's again a desire despite there is no desire for it. So, if some of you have found it whenever you praise me, I say, okay, please leave it alone. You can try as much as you like. It doesn't really work. Because how good I am, how bad I am, I'm pretty aware of myself. My whole life, the investment is been to understand myself, not understand any of you or the world. Neither I'm interested in understanding God, remember that. I make it very clear. My whole life effort is not been to understand God even. My effort is been to understand my mind, understand my senses, understand me. How can I be the most of myself in every moment of my existence? So, letting go of the desire is very easy. Are you willing to let go is a question one. Are you ready to let go? Again, question one. Sometimes we like the idea of it, but don't really like to do it. If I ask you that people have habits, smoking is one of them. You know it's not good for you. You smoke every day. You have a desire to let go, but you are not ready. You would like to let it go, but you are not ready. So first you have to make a self-assessment. Are you willing to participate in a letting go, or is it a mental accumulation, unnecessary burden on your head? Enjoy the life. If you're not ready, I will say, enjoy the life. Don't get carried away, oh, I have this desire. You built guilt inside you. You built a guilt inside you, and you have the knowledge that you should let go of that desire, then you regret it afterward doing it. So it's better, if you're not ready, don't intellectually put yourself into a burden. If you're really ready to transform and willing to let go, then you start walking. Be serious about it. You can't have one foot on this boat, one foot on that boat, and let's see which way it goes. It goes nowhere, my friend. So you become mentally ready, physically ready, and all of your actions should be in the same direction of a transformation, not justification. Why do you have that desire? It's okay to have it a little bit desire, but you will transform it later on. It's just only once a week, Yogi. I don't drink it all the time. I only occasionally drink it once a month when I hang out with my friends. I don't smoke it, only smoke it when I drink. What kind of language is that? What kind of mindset is that? I don't do drugs, but occasionally I take marijuana because my company when I'm hanging out with my friends. It is a desire. If you don't want it, I can guarantee you nobody can make you happy to do it. So your willingness, your willpower, and your discipline and consistent understanding that what you want, what you don't want, will create a better ability also. So I asked many times Baiku, said, I don't want it, Yogi. When you give the taste to it, he take the whole thing. So sometimes you don't want it, but you will still have it anyway. It's just occasionally. It's okay, once a month. What does it make difference? By the way, he doesn't drink. I know some people who does, but I will not disclose the name. They make it look like they don't. But they said only occasionally, maybe 2 times a year, 3 times a year. But I am very clean yogi. I don't smoke only occasionally when I drink. I don't do it. Okay. But I know some people who do. But I have no desire to drink, but I drink it. So why you do it? If you have no desire, why are you doing it? It is a waste to the alcohol, is a waste to the smoke, a waste to the whatever is being done that time because you have no desire. At least give a gratitude, be grateful, accepting, and have the appreciation who have given their life to it. I have no desire to eat meat, but I eat it because my family cannot let me be without it. If somebody have given their life, you accumulated inside you, but you say you have no desire. You do, but you say you don't. So till you develop kindness, compassion, your intentions are clear, your path is determined, you always remembering what actually you want to be done in your life. You can always let go desire, any of them. So it's very easy to let go. First, to make a self-connection with the body. Then you can make decisions very easy. No problem. As long as you are not connected with the body and you try to let go the desires, very difficult. Because you don't really understand yourself. You don't know yourself. All is there, desires, not you. You no longer exist, desires exist. When you start existing, there is no space for desires. There is space for survival, there is space for a basic necessity for you to be existing, doing whatever you are doing, but not the desire. They say either you can exist or God can exist. When you exist, there means you means desires. When God exists, there is no desire. So try to understand yourself as much as you can. More you understand yourself, you will have a better relationship to your senses. when your relationship with the senses are healthy, everything accumulation materially will be a lot more healthier. So when your senses are contaminated, stuck energy, your habits are also going to be contaminated, accumulation also going to be contaminated, and whatever you're desiring, wanting, you don't really need it, but you just have it. So it is lack of clarity, lack of relationship to your senses makes the big difference. So first, build a good relationship with yourself. Good relationship with yourself means healthy senses. Purify your senses, transform the stuck energy. How to do that? Bhakti Yoga, Vipassana, and simplicity in the life. Three basic steps. Always determine, remember what exactly you like in life. That is also a part of yoga. Never compromise. What my grandfather used to say one time, don't do anything if you don't want to do it again. Don't do anything in the first place if you don't want to do it again. You get it? You get it, Anthony, what I'm saying? Don't do anything in the first place if you do not want to do it again. If you give it one time, your mind will find a many reasons to compromise it and say, okay, just one time, just a little bit. So you just need to be very determined what you like, what you don't like. So there is many conversations we have had it. You are practicing yoga for some time. All you need to do the implement whatever you have learned. There is a lots of even you implement 20% what we have talked about today, you will create a good foundation for your desires. But never suppress them. Remember that. I will say it again. Do not suppress your desires. Understand them. Make a healthy relationship with them. Feel them, but don't fulfill them. Do you understand? Word. Feel them, but don't fulfill them. Understand it, don't suppress it.
Yogi, do you mind if I ask you a question about that?
Please do. Don't ask me about Maravana.
No, I will ask you about that. Okay, so in regards to sexual desire, so something awakens inside of you and you're saying, don't suppress it. So then if something comes up like that, what do you do in that situation?
Let me talk about sexuality is a very basic desire. Sometimes it's not sexuality. Sometimes it is either what do you call it? Sensation in the body, sensuality. Sometimes you can classify the sensuality into a sexuality. When sensation is happening in your base chakra area, second chakra area, and you are feeling lots of build-up of energy, and that energy can be harnessed into a something very beautiful. You can understand this energy, hold this energy, that energy can be transformed into Kundalini energy, can be transformed into a higher frequency energy. But what you do, this energy happens, you build up through practice, okay, let's satisfy it. You cannot live. This is the most powerful energy in your body, sexuality. Sexuality is the most powerful energy, but not to satisfy it, but understand sensations, understand the sensuality of it, and harness it to the meditation, to the pranayama, to the yoga. When you practice yoga and meditation, this energy happens a lot more than somebody who doesn't practice. That's why the yoga people, by interested people. Spiritual people are more sexually active. That's why I say yoga is very good for sex life. Why? Because it actually recharges energy inside you for a higher frequency uplift. But we don't do that because belly button is the biggest barrier in the way. So we invested into let it go, or you suppress it, then you start abusing, basically. So if that desire comes up, you sit with it till that your body had taken that energy fully itself to the heart chakra. Remember, only way your ego can be controlled by the compassion and by the love. There is no other way your ego can be brought down. Only when you're in a state of bhakti yoga, when you're in a state of love, your ego is low. When you're in a state of bhakti yoga, when you think about God, you don't think about sex, I guarantee that much. Whenever this desire is happening, think about God. It goes away. When you go to the mosque, you go to the temple, you don't have that desire unless it's the dodgy temple,
Yogi, if that desire awakens for someone, I'm talking about, not that you're just have it.
That desire is working for someone that makes sure that you want to fulfill with that person, you want to get intimate. How long you can do it? 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. My grandfather said to me one time, I love rice pudding when I was a small kid. I think I have told this story before as well. I repeat it again. I think I was in my secondary school at the time. My exams were not far away, and I have to leave. The day was full moon, and every full moon and new moon, my mom made in the rice pudding. And my biggest weakness used to be rice pudding. You understand? I knew in my whole village who is making rice pudding. I arrived there at home every day. Doesn't matter how many homes are they made. I will make sure I visit that home, and nobody says no to me because they knew me why I am there. So I have to leave that day, and I arrived back at my room. My room was very big. You know how big my room was? There's people built staircases here. Under the staircase, I was actually used to live and sleep and cook and study everything there. The Japanese people have built the micro housing. My house was the biggest one. Underneath the stairs to somebody's house. That was my room, study room, cooking room, everything in there. Apart from toilet, I used to go out in the forest. So I am there, I cannot sleep. I cannot study. You get it? And I could not really focus. I'm literally even dreaming about rice pudding. My mom made the best rice pudding, I can guarantee you. And it's been 4 days. I could not resist. I just went back to home. My grandfather asked, why are you back here? You're supposed to be studying. I said, I can't study. I want to eat rice pudding. And my grandfather was not very happy. He said to my mom, when we had 3 cows, he milked, 2 of them was giving milk at the time. He said, please, can you just make the rice pudding of the whole milk? That would be quite a big rice pudding pot. And it was quite a big one, when it's finished, and the whole pot was in front of me. And everybody would like to share it. He said, nobody's eating, only he's going to eat it. You understand? Only he is going to eat it. I eat. I guarantee you, I ate so much I cannot eat anything else. I said, can I have something else? No, only rice pudding. Next day, it was put away to the side. In the morning, again rice pudding. Afternoon, I was not allowed to go to school. Again rice pudding. Eat as much as you like. I was sick. Do you understand? I was sick, I was puking. I got a fever from eating rice pudding. After that, if you serve me rice pudding, I get scared of it. So you're talking about that desire to watch someone. How long desire that last? You make sex with them one time, two times, three times. How long you can do it? You get tired of it. Then you get somebody next one. It doesn't last. And think about how to transform that energy for a better use of life. Do you understand? Not really. Because mind doesn't really like to hear it, because mind likes to satisfy. This mind is out to experience. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, you know, I wanted to talk.
No?
Okay, I know you mind wants to experience, but then if this there is that what you haven't felt for a long time, let's say you have this desire for someone, and you go ahead and you experience that desire, then you feel, should I be experiencing that desire? Is it good? Should I not be experiencing that
You are
desire?
already in two mind. I guarantee you don't, definitely don't.
Sorry?
You're already in multiple minds.
Yes.
You are not made up your mind. I think you, I don't know. You make up your mind first. Determination.
But I wanted to know if this is a kind of desire that you also are able to release it, or you just ask.
Oh, do meditation, I guarantee you, my dear. And there's two kriyas you do it, your desire will be dissolved completely. You will not even think about that guy.
Okay.
There's few kriyas you can practice. Good meditation can transform it. You think you can have the most beautiful experience through the meditation than the physically intimating. Maybe last maybe 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever long it is. After that, you want to sit down. But meditation, you can be there for hours, days, maybe to affect last 5 days, 10 days, 20, maybe whole lifetime. So why go for short term when you can have a completely the transcending your whole life?
Yeah.
So, personally, I will recommend to have compassion, have a love, have affection. But if your your life is being ruled by the desire 24/7, maybe you should just go and do it for day in, day out, see how long you can last. And then see what happens. Do you still have the desire? No. Then you will happen to somebody else. They will happen to somebody else. It will continue. Desire, that's why I said bulb is there. Root bulb is there. Do you understand? It's not about suppressing the senses, about how to maximizing the uses of your senses to your greater existence while you are in the human body. Do you understand? How to maximize the existence of you in this body for the maximum experience, or how to, if you are spiritually, your attainment is very different, your desires are different. If you are materially, your desires are different. If you are a material person, you want to make sure you enjoy every part of your life, including sexuality, food. This is your path. If you spiritually, your path is different. Then your desires are different. You need to define yourself as material or spiritual. But both of them are same. But you can't have both same time. Either you drop both of them or have one of them. You can't have both hands full, my dear. Because that will create a split personality. Say, I am weekend, I am spiritual, during the week I am not spiritual. Problem. There's a new term called half vegan. I was scratching my head one day. When I heard it half vegan, what kind of half vegan is it? Say, only half day I eat vegan food, half day I don't eat vegan food. And somebody said only the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I am vegan, Thursday I fast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I am not vegan. So I say it's better not to be. But at least you go to start somewhere. Justification. So just try first how bad the desire is, what do you want from the life, and then you make a conclusion to it. On that note, anybody have a question on YouTube, Mr.? Okay. Thank you, everyone. And there was remember, not to worry about God. I always say that. Not to worry about God. Don't chase God. Don't chase absolutely universe or the energies, what what do you call it, the galaxies, yogas. Who cares? You make sure you become so transparent. You make sure you become so transparent. God is looking for you. Don't look for God. Let the God look for you. Do you get what I'm saying? No, really. You look for, where you don't look for God. Your limitation, your ability to look for it, very limited. But God knows everything about you. God will find you anytime. Doesn't matter where you go. But if you are good enough, let the desire built inside the God to find you. You always be you. Okay? On that note, thank you everyone.